Yoga for healing. We're going to tap back in on this 8-8 portal day and see what's in the energy. It's 11:18 when I looked at the time, and it turned to 11:19. Eleven is significant. 18 jumping to 19 as I look at it is telling me, Yahoo, celebrate. Sounds like a leap to me. 19 being a 22. You're maintaining balance. Staying focused. Grounded. That 2 representing your higher self and shadow side. You and your higher self. $17, that's an 8. Finding your place. Learning your skills. Using what you've learned. Taking a closer look from a distance, though. Seeing a bigger, broader picture, different perspective. The world is vast, yet there is a space only you can feel. This is not just a physical location, but a sense of alignment with your purpose. I recently asked the ancestors, which I've been getting confirmations, but just one of those little pep talks sometimes. You know, not even a pep talk. More like a roundup, checkpoint, checking yourself, staying grounded. And I've received many answers, confirmations that are good cause for celebration. Not just for myself, but globally. That's going to be said so much more now, because everyone else more are awakening to how their journey connects to the bigger picture. How their purpose is a key, and we all have to be in our right location, our spots, not held back, not detained, not delayed any longer. I am feeling that sense of alignment of being exactly where, you know how like the sun is supposed to hit at a certain time and hit an angle and it aims in a certain spot? Sort of like that, dang it, what is it called? The stones. You guys know what I'm talking about. The pillars that got blown up. That's in outside of Atlanta. How they had that built and lined up for the light of the sun to hit. And it has to do with the alignment of the planets. All of that. It's vast, this journey. You may be in a speck of it, but it's a vast sea of different alignments, but all for the same thing. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Being in alignment is important right now, and being grounded. feeling lost. In reverse, also a number 8, that's 17, being an 8. You're not feeling lost at all. You know where you're going. You're not off track. Further confirmation. You have allowed yourself to wander, to go with that ebb and flow. Ebb. Ka. Sa. Those vibrations, those frequencies are important right now. I'm feeling like this is a time to elevate your enlightenment of truths. Things are going to be flowing to you that you should pay attention to, maybe research. For myself, it is that certain studies that I had put aside and was focused on this spiritual warfare, now I'm going back to being able to spend more time on things that are elevating. And it's particularly on this day that this is occurring. Real time. This is the fruits of labor. That time, that parallel, it's like it's right in line. That frequency, that vibration, that trinity, alignment, the fruits of the trees that are grounded, bearing those fruits that give nurturing energy. Like the sun ripening the crops, your efforts have matured into tangible success. It is finally time to reap the rewards of all you've so patiently and purposefully cultivated. And that is only by putting in the work. Work of self. Do you see how many trees are here? That each one teach one vibe I'm getting. That branch of that tree of life that's deeply rooted, founded. The fruits that you have planted is leaving legacy. Confirmation to the read we got earlier of your immortality. You are not lost. We'll take 2 more cards and go from there. Wow. A problem is solved. It may have been done a little bit chaotic. Things may have gotten a little rough, but nothing that you can't smooth out. You've weathered through the storm. The key. You have the lock and the key. You are the lock and the key. Everything that you need is already within you. You just have to unlock it. So to be chasing behind someone else and what they have is completely idiotic and a waste of valuable time and breath. The fog of uncertainty has lifted, revealing the solution you've been looking for. This brings me to that a lot of these monstrones like to cause the chaos and then pretend to be the fixer of it. Pay attention. They like to be the cause and the effect of the fixer, or however they want it to come out. But when you're not lost, their chaos is just their chaos. The problem has been solved. The fog of uncertainty has lifted, revealing the solution you've been looking for. With clarity comes the release of an energetic blockage on this day. If there were any blockages and you've been putting in the work and you know you're on the right path, baby, allowing you to take action with confidence. And there's that word confidence again. They hate that. You're confident and you're sure of your fruits of your labors. And you're aware of where you're headed to. Full steam ahead on this distant journey of change. The familiar has served you well, but it's time to discover who you are beyond its borders. New worlds and new experiences await if you are willing to let go and take the first step. Then and only then do you gather those fruits of their labor and continue on your journey. At the same time, leaving a legacy. Maybe even also being a pioneer. Being a blueprint, a map for others to follow. To get on their own path. To assist them with confidence of self, knowing self, and being individual. In a balanced way. Because that individuality gets taken advantage of. You want to be bi-curious and tri-curious and say, hey, it's free will. Oh yeah, double-edged sword too. Because that balance must remain. Painful memories, falling sideways. You don't seem to be stuck or dwelling. That 14 and being a 5. You're not dwelling on past memories that arise uncontrollably. You're not allowing that to drag you into the past, where the echoes are not here to torment you. You realize that. You realize that the pain is for gain. And you have to face the pain to gain. Facing them, understand them, and allow them to release their grip. Being sideways. And sideways usually representing a block or something being you're stuck in. I'm picking up strongly that this is something that you're not dwelling in. As I just said, you take with you what is needed and you continue on your journey. So, for you karmics out there trying to find a way in, it's not going to work with someone that's not lost. It's not going to work with someone that solved their own issues. So there's not ever any problems. And they're not stuck dwelling in the past. These are individuals that have cut ties. They are human experience of cosmic beings. Rising phoenix that soldered through those chains they thought were so strong. Not all connections are meant to last. Some bonds become chains, holding you back from the life you are destined to live. It's time to cut the ties that no longer serve you. And you have, or you will. Because you're aware you're not lost. And you're solving problems because you understand and understand that you have the key. That's why painful memories to sabotage, they don't work, because you found closure and cut ties with what does not serve you. Using the use of blowing kisses, sweet words, unconditional love, speaking of being fair, because they want affection returned. But that is something of giving and receiving. It's not a word just to use as a phrase. It's an action. So many use it and then it just sits there, lingering in the air, while everybody's trying to figure out what to do with that word that's lingering. What does it mean? Is it a cord? Is it a chain? Is it something used to bind you while they're laughing in your faces? But what I'm strongly gathering is those that are not feeling lost are finding this hilarious. They're overjoyed, celebrating with their wholeness. While those with that lack mindset lack confidence and self-sabotage out of ego and fear, feeling frustrated because they don't feel that they are enough. Those are the energies that have been cut off and feeling lost and wants to use your empathy and sympathy. You don't have to worry about those energies that want you to feel lost because you're not feeling lost. You're feeling all the feels of a new phase, this portal, this open door. Greed and inconsideration of control, of those that use that word of love, having it on the brain, when it's actually lust. This energy you left behind may have been someone that's so inconsiderate that they don't use protection, and they're very greedy and lustful. They're concerned about your new phase in life and where you're headed. And how did you solve this problem of them wanting to trap you? How is it you were able to cut yourself away and stay separated while they're missing you and thinking about you and uncertain of their future? What about this separation? They're wanting to come back in for another snack. They thought their sex appeal, their physical attraction was all that was needed for you to want them. They thought that the memories would have you stuck in a painful memory of the past. You're budgeting your energy. They thought you would be struggling. But you've been in this for the long haul. You've been making wise investments. You knew that this was going to be a long haul. In this karmic relationship where someone was holding resentment and needed to gain a new perception, you have fleeted this turmoil. And the intensity for them is only growing because they're concerned of who you are having a honeymoon with after cutting ties and them not being able to trap you. This long haul and them wanting a sweet little sneaker link, a taste. This is something that's blocked. You're guarded, but you're not concerned about this energy. This falling sideways is giving protection. You have a natural defensive mechanism that you don't have to even think about because your spirit team has been guiding you on this long journey. They expected you to be a Bonnie to their Clyde or a Clyde to their Bonnie. They thought you were ride or die. They thought they had you stuck. But you cut ties. And now they are deeply concerned about who you're going to have a soul connection with. Now, why is that their concern? Why is that on their mind when they should be concerned with their own self being trapped in a self-sabotage? What do we need to know about this self-sabotage of those that you cut ties with? They're having a sudden realization. An insightful awareness is occurring. And they're deeply hurt, feeling lost. Because they've been caught in their betrayal. And they wish that that was them when they had the opportunity to be the yin and yang, the balance in a union of duality, a complement of each other, polar opposites, each balanced within themselves, not polar opposites as one being a freaking demon. Only a pick-me would call a karmic, a divine, anything. You cut ties with someone that wants to return, that is lost, trapped, and curious of how you're staying separated and how you broke free from being under their spell. That's what I'm picking up here. How you recovered from the betrayal of their deceit, and how they are now seen as untrustworthy, backstabbers, traitors, falling in their own traps, falling for their own illusions. And you're already knowing all the tea. That's why they're stuck up against that brick wall, trapped in the mindset of thinking that you were going to be dedicated when you've already thrown them out. Because you're aware they are untrustworthy. But they want to come back in and use that honeymoon twin flame. They need a snack, although they know they've been caught. This is a bugaboo that wants to have, or wanted to have, or had you in a private relationship that's envious of you. What else do we need to know about this bugaboo? Your emotional intelligence is causing a problem for them to come back for a fake apology. And so they're stuck knowing that they fucked up. And they are in a huge failure. Losing everything because they should have taken caution. They should have went the other way when you walked away. They realize that you have been protected physically, sexually, emotionally, and that they've been fighting for what is yours because they want to fight for what they want to claim as theirs. This is somebody that is sick in the head. And they want to keep all of this a secret. They hate nothing about you. Of course, they want to be you. So their front is to act like they don't know you, they have nothing to do with you, or however they disguise it or try to. Of this envy. The envy of someone that's stuck. They can try, but they can't get by.